Okay, and we are live once more. Yo, what's up, Eddie? What's up, WB? Can you guys hear me? Let me know, and if not, I will get my headphones. Eddie says, yeah, I'm first. Hell yeah, Eddie, you made it. Right on time. Eddie, super punctual. WB, not far behind. Thank you for the audio check, Eddie. Much appreciated. Much appreciated, and hope you guys are doing well. Very punctual, you tonight. I'm glad to hear the audio is okay as well. And thank you, Anna. Thank you, Eddie, for getting the rules. Much appreciated, young sir. And what's up to you, Anna? How are you doing? Hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in, as always. And love to whoever's hit the like button already. 1 minute in, 2 likes. That's what I'm talking about. You say, I'm okay, thanks. How are you doing? I'm all right, thanks, Anna. I'm a little bit tired. Did a good hour of working out before, and yeah, now I'm chilling. Had some food, and I'm chilling. Quite warm. I need to get a fan for my house. Eddie says, last night was a flop. Last night was a flop. Very disappointing. For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, it was the football last night, and England lost tragically to Argentina. It was a very disappointing affair. Very disappointing indeed. And honestly, we could have won. We could have won. Anna says, good to hear. Yeah, it's warm. What did you eat? And yes, I'm sad about football. I know, right? Very sad about the football. We could have won. We could have won. In terms of what I ate, I had... So for then I had some noodles with soy mince, some greens, and some kimchi, and some extra virgin olive oil on top, and it was very nice. And for lunch, I had a couple of sandwiches, some soy milk, some chocolate banana brownies, some grapes. For breakfast, I had half a block of tofu and some porridge with banana and fruit. So that's pretty much eaten so far today, and I need to eat a little bit more after this stream because I'm doing a good amount of working out at the moment. Shout out to Cola, who just subscribed to the channel. Big up to you, Cola, and shout out to everyone who's watching right now. We're just getting started. Eddie says we ain't getting that bank holiday. Yeah, true. So if England had won last night, we probably got another bank holiday in the UK. But tragically, no victory, extra bank holiday. NV1234, AK Cola says I liked and sub. Big up to you, Cola. Shout out to you. Bobby Nelson 69 says, is that a Monstera Delicioso? This is indeed a Monstera. And people have asked me before, is it real? And it is very much real. So shout out to all the plant appreciators out there. Personally, I could never get behind like fake plants. It's not my cup of tea. WB, last day of year 7 for Eddie. Interesting. Growing up fast. And Niche, who's that? And so Nish 8509 says FIFA fixed it for Argentina. I like the acronym. And honestly, Argentina is such a dirty team. Such a dirty team. Like, honestly, for me, right, sport, don't get me wrong, it is about winning. But at the same time, it's the sportsmanship. It has to be about that. Because otherwise, what's the point? Like, yeah, it's winning. It's like, I don't know, it's like cheating in a way. Who wants to win if you've cheated? I don't, personally. I'd rather lose knowing I've played fairly than win through dirty tactics. And Argentina are a dirty team. To be honest with you, they should be ashamed of themselves. And I'm saying that because England lost. I kid you not. If they'd been an honourable team and had played fairly, conducted themselves with honour and dignity, I have no problem in fair play. The better team won. And ultimately, the better team in a way did win because they played better. They got the goals. But at the same time, the way they carried on, the fouling, the lack of sportsmanship, very disappointing. So Argentina should have a good long career. And hello, Sarah. I just realised I completely forgot to reply to your Instagram message. So apologies, Sarah. I did see it. But big up to you, Sarah. Nice to see you. You say, how are you? Not too bad, thank you. Not too bad. We're just talking about the football. England lost last night. Very disappointing. WB said, Messi or Ronaldo? Me, Ronaldo. So, even though I don't like Argentina and how they played, I can't hold it against Messi. I think Messi is possibly the more talented, naturally, the more talented of the two. I think Cristiano Ronaldo is like super hard working, and not that Messi's not, but yeah, I would probably say like in terms of flair, maybe I don't know, just that natural flair. I mean, Ronaldo's obviously like an incredible player, right? He's obviously the best. Some would say one of the best of all time. Like some people, you know, he's their GOAT. But for me, if I was to pick one player that I find maybe a bit more captivating, it'd probably be Messi. But like I say, disappointing result last night. England could have won, should have won, arguably, but some would say poor tactics. Big up to everyone who's just joined the room, by the way. Who have I missed? Sarah says, by the way, I have a strange question today. Sad one. Yeah, what's the question, Sarah? And hello to you, HG. Nice to see you. Not seen you in a little bit. And you say nice glasses, by the way. Big up to you, HG. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. And thank you. I do wear these day to day, but just sometimes I have them off to the side. Oh, wow. And a heavy message from Eddie says, Edward, sad news I possess. My boyfriend is dying. Only his mum and the doctors know, and he's got 4 to 5 weeks ish left and a 5% chance. Is that for real, W? For real, Eddie? Is that for real? Because I'm pretty sure you only got that BF recently. That's super. If that's true, I mean, you, Eddie, you're the type of guy who's never like joked around like that. You've never, never like been immature or told like silly jokes like that. So I'm assuming that you're telling the truth, and if that's true, I'm really sorry to hear that. It's really sorry to hear that. And Sarah, with an equally heavy sort of bit of news, says, I know someone who wants to commit suicide. Don't want to listen to me due to life. Frustration, is it right action? Well, honestly, suicide is usually never the right action. Now, don't get me wrong. If someone's been suffering for years and years and years and years, I'm never going to say to you that suicide is the right course of action, because people's mindset can change. If I'm honest though, if someone had like Parkinson's disease or something and they were for years and years and they didn't want to get worse, I could understand how someone would take their life. What I would say is that, generally speaking, suicide is never the option, never the right option, no matter how bad you feel, even if it feels like, you know, the right course of action. At the same time, sometimes people say that much that they just want their pain to end. So what I would say, Sarah, is try and direct your friend to as many different resources as possible, whether that's the doctors, whether that's a helpline, a charity, other friends they can trust and talk to. But if you care about this person, then try and reach them in different ways. Trying to explore different options. And you might need to help them do that, because when someone's super depressed, you don't care about anything. You do not care about anything at all. So you might have to be a proactive friend in leading them to support, if that makes sense. Block of Wood says, thank God England lost. Block of Wood. Block of Wood says, well, you did say something nice. You said, well said, Edward. But then you also did say, thank God England lost. So hopefully a bit more of an explanation coming on that, Block of Wood, because I nearly timed you out just for wishing ill against my beloved England. And hello, Sage. Nice to see you, chat. Hope you're doing well. And Eddie is really sad about the devastating news he's had and someone close to him has had. Honestly, I don't know what to do. Well, to be honest with you, Ed, I will give you the advice that I would usually give people, which is talk to people you can trust. So you're a young fellow, so I'd talk to your parents if you can. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, I would talk to teachers. And you don't need to, you know, if you want to keep it anonymous, you don't need to tell your teachers who you're talking about. You can just say, someone I know is in this situation. But, you know, it's true what they say, a problem shared is a problem halved, and it's really important. And you're a guy, so that's a lot of heavy, heavy emotions to be dealing with. So I really hope you can reach out to somebody, because, talk about it with someone will take the pressure off you, and it's a very heavy situation you're in, so talk to somebody, mate. Let me catch up. And hello, Sterny. Nice to see you in the chat. I love the enthusiasm. And you say, "Soz that England lost yesterday." Thank you, Sterny. That's very good of you. Very kind of you to say. And yeah, very, very sad. But honestly, it is what it is. Very sad. But the boys did well. Some would say that Tuchel the wrong thing with the tactics. And honestly, I think he did as well. It's easy to say in hindsight, but I do think it was a wrong tactic to play defensively for so long against a team like Argentina. A good defensive strategy would be, in a way, to be offensive, to be like up in the box, trying to get more goals, putting the pressure on them like that, rather than just like retreating and letting them come to us and strike in our half of the pitch. So, I don't know. It's frustrating and disappointing, honestly. Sage says, "Sorry I've been late so much recently. Been a bit busy preparing to go on holiday." No worries at all, Sage. Where are you going on holiday? Sounds exciting. And he420's in the chat. Hello to you. Hope you're doing well. Payne Reaver's here as well and says, but I do. Just kidding. No, I don't. I wish the UK well despite this precarious time. Much appreciated, Payne Reaver. We need the support more than ever right now. And Sarah says, "Edward, I'm sad my Shenzhen visa got rejected for no reason." Sorry to hear that, Sarah. That must be really frustrating. It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because we all want to move to be able to move around freely to different parts of the world, and sometimes the authorities just say, "Nah, you can't do that." So I'm sorry to hear that, Sarah, and hopefully you'll be able to travel and visit, the Shenzhen region. I think that's how you say it, Schengen, which maybe it's Schengen actually, but I know what you mean. It's the kind of the block in Europe. It's covered like the Schengen zone region, I think it's called. And Eddie talking about the situation, saying, "My parents don't know, and I've known to talk to except my friend Jack's TVA, and he's given me support on me being bi." Well, that's good to hear, honestly. That's good that you've got a good friend in Jack. How about teachers, Eddie? Because I imagine at your school there will be a counsellor. There will be, there'll be a counsellor, I would have thought. Maybe, do you have a form teacher? I'm sure, honestly, any good teacher will want to support their students. And even if your form teacher is your form tutor is not one that you really get on with, then maybe you could approach another teacher who you've been taught. Or honestly, teachers, they do care. They are bothered about the young people under their trust, under their care. They have a duty of care, is what I'm saying to you. So reach out to a teacher who you like. If you've ever had a teacher at that school who you felt, you could trust or speak to, just bring them to one side and say, "Miss or Mr. whoever, could I just have a quick chat with you? Going through something at the moment." And honestly, I'd be very surprised if they didn't give you a few minutes of their time at least. And big up to everyone who's been supporting the chat. That's what I'm talking about. And Sarah said, "I want to send you some images on Instagram, but unable to do." Well, Sarah, after this stream, I will jump into my inbox and reply to you and say, "Yo, what's up?" You should be able to send me messages and images from there. And of course, you're very welcome for the advice, always. Cola says, "P, not sure what that means, but thanks for joining the crew, P. It's nice to have you as part of the team." And Sterny talking about the football says, "At least you have a chance for third place." Yeah, this is true. Just disappointing, honestly, because we could have made it and we should have made it to the final. Well, I know, Arsenal are good, but different tactics. It could have gone differently. Block of Wood says, "Oh yeah, so the message is already gone. Eddie's tidied the politics question up." So Block of Wood, we don't know about politics on the channel. What I would say, very lightly, not really touching on the, it's not really going into politics too much, but it is kind of mental when you think about it, that we've got a politician going up a guy called Count Binface. It's pretty comical. There's something quite British about that, to be fair, though, at the same time. There's something quite British about a person called Count Binface, being a legitimate politician. Eddie says, "Edward, last night's match was rigged, 100% rigged." Was it rigged? I certainly think FIFA don't like England. FIFA certainly didn't want us to win. And what I would say, actually, on a different note, shame on Argentina, shame on their supporters. Not all of them, but shame on the supporters that were making it physical. Insulting us as a country, insulting us as a people. Not acceptable. And also, even the vice president of Argentina on Twitter called us, like, marauding invaders. Well, that's what he called it. It's like, I'm not being funny, Argentina. If we wanted to invade you, we would. And we'd crush you into the ground. Because you got nothing. So, no any Argentinians out there. I've got nothing but love for people all around the world. But pipe down. Don't be politicising football when it doesn't need to be politicised. So, and that's from the vice president of the country as well. So, yeah, long story short, nothing against Argentinian people whatsoever. But the football team, disgraceful behaviour. President needs to wind his neck in. Unacceptable. On with the stream. What are you saying? 200% towards Count Bin Face, yeah. And she is not an England supporter, but she's still sorry that, you know, still sorry that we didn't win. That's kind of you to say, Sterney. Payne says, it's probably easier than when I was a kid. I'm around the same age as Eddie, but grew up in the 90s and 2000s. You couldn't talk to anyone about this stuff. I consider myself bi-curious. Well, thank you for sharing, Payne Reaver. That's good of you to share, honestly. And Kaylin is in the chat and says, hey, Edward, just wanted to sorry about last time, and I was wondering if I could maybe join back to the Edward gang and be part of the family again. Yes, Kaylin, you can. Thank you for apologising. Thank you for being very mature. That's exactly what we want. And welcome back. Block of Wood says, I did want Argentina to win. Obviously, I wouldn't insult you, though. Fair enough, Block of Wood. That's nice of you to say, honestly. And Eddie says, we fucking will invade Argentina if we want. Eddie's not holding back. Eddie's not holding back. That's the thing, right? Like, look, I'm not a guy who wants war or conflict. I'm really not. But it's like you can't. It's like going up to a massive guy and like going like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Go on. Do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? It's like you're asking for trouble. It's like if you mind your business. Then if the big guy starts on you, the big guy's a bully. Like if we just started going after Argentina, you know, saying we're going to invade them, we'd be bullies. But at the same time, if you've got a politician calling us invaders, well, you're asking for trouble, to be fair. That's not saying that we should invade Argentina. If we did, we would win, though, I'm just saying. Not that it's a competition, because if China invaded, you know, England or the UK, we'd be done for. America invaded England or the UK, we'd be done for. But still, you know, don't be a top-level politician and win it big in. I don't know, just unnecessary. Payne says the Falkland Islands cough. Well, honestly, Payne. And my understanding is that actually, I could be wrong on this. So if you're from the islands, correct me. But I think a lot of Falkland Islands people, Falkland Islanders, feel a strong cultural connection with. You know, with Britain. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but that's what I've heard. And honestly, if Falkland Islands took a vote between them and decided, actually, we want to be part of Argentina, that's the will of the people, isn't it? But it's like people in Gibraltar, which is nearer to Spain than it is Britain. But I think if you were to take a vote in Gibraltar, people would say they align themselves more with Britain than Spain. You know, but anyway. It is what it is. Cares, they might be doing a rematch. I've not heard that one. Sterney says, us Irish people are too scared to go to war after the Troubles, so we're staying out of everything. Maybe that's why we're a neutral country now. Honestly, Ireland has got the right idea. And Ireland, correct me if I'm wrong, Sterney, but I feel like Ireland in some ways is doing well as a country. Like a lot of big corporations are based in Ireland. I think for taxation reasons. So yeah, I feel like Ireland's, I don't actually know, but compared to 50 years ago, Ireland's much better than it was now. And yeah, the whole Troubles thing, I've got to be honest with you, Sterney, regardless, I don't want to get into I don't want to, you know, open a can of worms, because I know some people in Northern Ireland, you know, see themselves as Irish, and some people in the north of Ireland feel like they're part of Britain, you know what I mean? Each to their own, like, I'm not trying to get into that. But what I'm trying to say is, when I went to Belfast and Northern, it was so depressing. It was so depressing. Like Irish people from Northern Irish people, great crack, like friendly, very similar, like quite I would say very similar culturally. You know, there's only a small bit of water between us. Like, yeah, got your own traditions, your own music, your own language, all of that. But at the same time, we're like close cousins. Whether people in Ireland or England or Scotland or whatever want to acknowledge it, we're like close cousins. Anyway, when I went to Belfast, it was so depressing because it was like everything was about, oh, this thing took place here. This is where this militia was here. Oh, this is a mural for this terrorist attack. And don't get me wrong, in part that's Britain's fault. Like, invaded Ireland and arguably stole part of Ireland. I guess what I'm trying to say to you is that, like, the Troubles were a terrible time. Even I know that. So I can understand why people in Ireland, Northern Ireland, that part, want to keep the conflict down. I really do. Kaylin talking about... He's say, BRB, I don't know if I'll come back. Well, if you don't come back, Eddie, no worries at all. We will see you again soon. And peace be with you as well, Van. Nice to see you in the chat. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing really, really well. Kaylin says, because apparently Argentinian team had a flag race to the England team, so they need to watch the footage again, see whether to do the rematch. If it was being racist, then we'll do the match. I don't know if they will, Kaylin. I don't know if they will. I think if there was a racist flag, then they might just penalise the Argentinian team or something. And Vinay's done a face reveal. I thought I could see a little face reveal. Mr. Vinay! Face reveal. Hell yeah, good to hear, man. Sounds like things are going well for you. Respect, nothing but respect. And Kaylin says, we're keeping 2 of the kittens. I'm so happy. Oh, that's lovely. That's really lovely. Kittens are super cute. I mean, cats are lovely anyway, but kittens are just next level, so that's lovely. And Sterney says, yeah, we forgave, but we never forget. Like, my great-father died from the Troubles. No hate on England. Love England. So sorry if I get, like, defensive when someone says the Republic is part of... Or Republic of, like, you mean part of Britain, England. Yeah. Listen, Sterney, I totally get it. I'm not going to lie to you. Sterney. If it was the way around... If it was the other way around, I would be like... If I was Irish, right? I would be, like, super patriotic to be, like, Irish. I'd be, like... super like, no, we're our own people, we're not British, like, no offense British or no offense to England, but like, we're not British, we're Irish. And I get that, I totally get that. And I totally get that, I really do. And honestly, it's Sterney, like, I actually personally see the countries in Britain as being distinct countries. Like, I'm English, and people say like the UK is a country, which I think technically it is, but honestly, like, I'm English, like, I'm English first and British second. And I've got love for all, you know, all of the countries in Britain plus Ireland. But for me, it's like England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, you know, it's like separate countries, Northern Ireland, depending on how you want to spin that. But my point is, you've got like, it's different. But what I would say is I feel like it's good when we work together. And obviously I understand historical reasons, there's always going to be separation, and not just physical separation. But yeah, long story short, I think if we can remain on friendly terms, everyone will benefit. Kaylin says, and Edward, grow your hair back right now. Hair's grown back. And you say, wait, since when did you have an earring? I've never noticed it before. Yeah, no, I've always had this. If you mean that one, I've always had that one in, Kaylin. And I'm going to change that actually for a stud, because I've had this in for ages and ages, and I need to freshen my look up, so I will change this. Vinay says, how am I looking like? Vinay, I'm not going to lie to you, mate. Your thumbnail is tiny for me. Like, tiny. Even when I click on your profile, it's still absolutely tiny. But all I can say is your haircut looks smart. That's all I can tell, but your haircut looks smart, mate. Block of Wood says, what is your favourite animal? Good question. What's my favourite animal? You know what? I really like pigs. I think pigs are a really nice animal. They get a bad reputation for people. They're very friendly. They're just like, just chilling about, rolling in some mud. You know, pigs get a bad rep, but pigs are very cute, honestly. Very cute, nice animals. So maybe a pig on it. I would like to have a rescue pig one day. Like if I had a big enough like garden or a bit of land or something, I would like a rescue pig. I would give it some good pats. You know, you can like pat a cat's tummy. If I had a big, I would be petting and patting that pig. So Diana Herrera says, Europe friend Leah, I am a like, subscribe. Diana Herrera, hopefully I've pronounced your name correctly. And a big hello to you. Thanks for joining the crew. And where are you from, Diana? Are you from Europe as well? But big up to you. And Kaylin's kittens are called Teddy and Sunny. Teddy is a black kitten with blue eyes. Sunny is a tabby ginger with green eyes. And you've got another kitten called Biscuit. Oh, Biscuit's a cute name as well. Oh, wow. And Sterny is on the road to YouTube domination. 360 subscribers. That's awesome, Sterny. Well done. Really good. And Pixie is back and says, hi, it's me, Pixie Plays again. Hello, Pixie Plays. Nice to see chat once more. Hope you're doing really well. Okay, and Sage has some nice feedback, Vinay, about his profile picture. It's giving Ken doll. Yeah, honestly, great work from Sterny. If you're out there watching the stream, go check out his channel, aka Sterniolo Fan. 360 subscribers. Awesome work. And Diana Herrera says, I'm liking and subscribing. Thank you very much, Diana. Much appreciated. Big respect to you. Great to have you with us. And whoever's thrown up love hearts, much appreciated. I love it when people throw up the emojis at the side. Super kind of you. Oh, I really need to get a fan. I don't know about where it is, what it's like where you guys are in the world, but kind of warm where I am. And I've not got the window open, so maybe that's it. But yeah, I need to invest in a little fan. And Sterny's newest vid is bringing in the big numbers, bringing in the subscribers. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dinah says, God bless you. Thank you, Dinah. Very kind of you. You bring in very nice energy. Very nice energy indeed. Oh, wow, my Pixie is 39 degrees. That is super hot. Super hot. So that's too hot, honestly. 9 degrees. When I was in Thailand, it was 37 degrees. And that was boiling. And a few years ago, when it was a heat wave in the UK, it was 40 degrees. And that was awful. So 39 degrees is basically the same. So yeah, that's awful. So we sympathise with you, Pixies. And what's up, Banana Bangers? Or should I say Banana Banger? Good to see you, Banana. You say, bro, what's up? Good to see you, Banana. Hope you're doing well. Jazz, the legendary tow truck queen, is in the chat once more. Oh, Canada, oh, Canada. Shout out to you, Jazz, as always. You know what, Jazz? I was waiting for the Snapchat of the tour, the home tour, and it never came. It never came. I haven't slept in days, Jazz. I was waiting for the tour and it never came. Maybe. Pixie says, Loki, I want to eat a sandwich, but I can't be bothered to get up and make it. Yeah, I can relate to that one. I can relate to that one. Shout out to Ari. Good to see you in the chat as well. And Jazz says, I'll do it tomorrow. It's days off. Yeah, no stress, Jazz. I'm only teasing you. No rush, because I know you're a busy lady. But just when you get round to it, it'll be cool to see a little bit more of your life and world. And enjoy those days off as well, missus, because I know you're like I don't even know how many hours you work, but it's gotta be like 60 hours a week, I reckon, Jazz, from what you've told me. Which is a lot of driving, a lot of towing, and a lot of trucking. So stay safe out there. Kayla says, Edward, you started us all off with the Canada. You know what? I think it might have been Foxy who first started doing that. South Park reference, and then everyone got into it. Sterny says 432 likes. That's crazy. If that's how many likes you got in a video, that's crazy. It's more than I've ever had. That's amazing. Diana says, I'm actually a kid talking. My name is Jack Lawson. Well, Diana, you fooled me with the username. You fooled me. Sage says, my tics keep on making me nauseous and it's ruining my holiday excitement. I'm sorry to hear that, Sage. That must be stressful, honestly. Which must make you more stressed, which must make you tick more. And I imagine it's a vicious cycle. So yeah, if you have any strategies that you use to sort of bring those ticks down a little bit, hopefully you can deploy those. But yeah, it can't be easy living with ticks, honestly. So as always, I hope you guys are having a good week and keeping cool out there. And staying hydrated, crucially staying hydrated. I went for a run yesterday and I think it was about 26 degrees, something like that. So hot, not insanely hot, but hot. And honestly, I was sweating so much after the run. I haven't sweated that much in so long. My back, like my hand, like I was just wet. It was felt good though. It did feel good. Wow, Sterney's doing numbers. And getting an early night. Good idea, Sage. I'm going to do the same tonight, I think. And you say, bye, Edward. I'm off to sleep early because I have to get up extra early tomorrow. Well, Sage, have a good night's sleep and we will see you again soon. Take care of yourself. Ari says, I bought like 4 jeans. 4 pairs of jeans. Nice. One of my vids got 4.2k likes and the other got 5.3k likes. Wow, that's amazing. Really good. That's incredible, honestly. What's up, Miller Moore? What a great... You say hello, mate. Hello, Miller. Nice to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, keep it going. All the content creators out there. Keep it going. No kidnapping, Kaylin, thank you. No kidnapping. Definitely no kidnapping. Really warm. Diana says, Jack Lawson says, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Good question. An age-old question. And honestly, I don't have an answer for you on that one. But it is a good question. Oy. Jack Lawson says, why did the chicken cross the road? Tell us, Jack. To get to the other side, says Kaylin. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. What's up, Oscar? Oscar. My, I don't even know how you say friend in Italian. I was going to say amica italiano. That's not right. That's like the Spanish word for amiga. No, it's not amiga. Is it? No, it is amica, isn't it? No, amico. Amico italiano. Pretty sure that's Italian friend. I could be wrong on that. But in any case, big shout out to you, Oscar. Hope you're doing well, mate. And what's up to Macaroni? Amico. Yes, I got it right with a little bit of... You know what, Oscar? I had to think about that, but yeah, I got there in the end. And guys, if you're in the stream right now, show some love to Oscar, who's just jumped into the chat. He's my very good friend from IRL in Riff. And yeah, and Oscar's a keen football fan, so I don't know if he saw the football last night. Probably did. He probably saw England's misery, the despair, the heartache. No bueno, as they say in Spain. No bueno. Very disappointing. And Mr. Fox, thank you, Foxy, for greeting Oscar, legend. And Oscar's, I replied to your message ASAP. No worries, man, no worries at all. You know what's funny, Oscar? Whenever I reply to someone and they don't reply quickly, I'm like, you know what? That is karma for all the messages. For all of the messages in my life that I've been really slow to reply to. So I actually never get agitated if like a friend doesn't reply to me quickly, because I'm like, even if like I've replied to that friend like on a regular basis, for all the other people in my life who I've been slow to reply to, I'm like, this is the universe just paying back. So no worries, mate. Take your time. But yeah, shout out to you, Foxy, as well. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. And Mr. Fox, I'm sure you saw the ball last night. The misery, the doom, the despair. Oscar says, so sorry about that. I was supporting England. Appreciate it, Oscar. Appreciate it, man. And you know what I was saying before? Dirty team. And when I say dirty, I mean pure sportsmanship. The lack of sportsmanship. The fouling. The shirt grabbing. The attitude. Unacceptable. Not very sporting. And I'm hear what Mr. Fox had to say. And shout out to you, Sienna, who says, good evening, chips. That's from Becoming Sienna. Nice to see you, Sienna. And good evening to you as well. Fox says, aye, Argentina bossed us, Edward. Mr. Fox, they did, but you know what? It could have gone the other way. It really could have gone the other way. It didn't need to be how it was. Like, I know it's easy to say in hindsight, but I've seen a lot of people saying that Tuchel should have not all the defenders so soon and had more of an attacking attitude. And honestly, that's right. I do think that's right, because with a team that's as dangerous as Argentina, God, I'm brainless. With a team that's as in the offensive as Argentina, it wasn't the right move, I don't think. Wasn't the right move. Sienna says, how are we all this Thursday Eve? Well, I'm doing all right, thank you, Sienna. Appreciate the question. And listen, chat, let Sienna know. What's the vibe right now? Kaylin says, we got lucky with that one goal. Nah, it was a beautiful goal. I don't think, honestly, I think it was great play from England and a deserved, well-executed goal. Foxy is in a very stoical mood. Very stoical. Yeah, stoical. I'm second-guessing myself tonight. Foxy is in a very stoical and says, no point crying over spilt milk, Edward. This is true, Foxy. What's done is done. What's done is done, but it's just disappointing because, I don't know, could have gone better than that. And we could have done more with the chances we had. Anyway. Sienna says, not long until this weekend now. Any Fabby plans, Petals? Sienna, what a babe. Personally, for me, what am I doing this weekend? No, I'm just catching up. I'm with one of my friends down in London, a call. I need to catch up with some messages. I'm going to do a workout on at least one of the days. And apart from that, probably chilling, honestly. Chilling. I've only got a few weeks left at my job, and I'm really looking forward to having more time for myself. Fox says get to play France. Yeah. And you say, how many sleeps before work ends forever? I need to calculate, I need to count how many sleeps that is, but it's the 16th today. Actually, I finish on the 31st of July. So, yeah, looking forward to that, honestly. Looking forward to that. Long now, it's only a couple of weeks. It's actually probably, yeah, I've got tomorrow, and then I've got the week after. Well, basically, I've got tomorrow, and then I've got 2 weeks after that. So it's 2 weeks tomorrow I finish. And I'm looking forward to it. Slowly make travel plans. Yeah, looking forward to the next fair life, honestly. Oh, shit. I just realised I'm working this Saturday. Someone said, Sienna said, what are you doing this weekend? I just remembered I'm working Saturday morning. That's one of the things I've told you guys before I hate about the current job that I do. Every once, sometimes twice a month, I have to work Saturday morning. And listen, right, I know it's only for 3 hours, but it's a psychological thing of the 6th day in a row having to put my work uniform on, serve customers, you know, like, play the role, and it's very frustrating, honestly. Because if it was like a super well-paid job, then I'd be like, you know what, whatever. But it's not a super well-paid job, so I'm kind of like, I want my weekends at all costs. But, you know, there are people dying right now, so it is what it is. Sienna says, new venture ahead. Yes, indeed, Sienna. So when I finish at work, I'm going to have about a month to myself, and then after that, I'm going to go travelling. And I think at the moment, I'm going to go to Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, and then after that, I might go to Canada. And honestly, I'm looking into opportunities in Canada in general, because I actually wouldn't mind moving to somewhere like Canada for a couple of years. I was looking at Spain, like English in Spain, and all the options are still on the table. But Canada is a really cool place. I really like it. I've not been there since I was younger, but it's got a lot going for it. I love the outdoor lifestyle, you know, hiking, running, cycling, the great outdoors. It's vegan friendly. There's no language barrier. Like, I kind of want to move to Spain in a way so I can, like, improve my Spanish and become fluent in another language. But yeah, Canada, I don't know. I feel like it could have some good opportunities for me. And in Canada as well, actually, you can move to Canada for 36 months on a work visa. So for 3 years, I could go to Canada pretty easily, I think. And AI could be wrong. I think it's possible, like fairly possible, to pick up like casual work. So yeah, because I think I could find a way to support myself in Canada as well. So that'd be pretty cool. Hello to you, Uzi. And Sienna says we have to one in every 5 weekends. I can relate, because the working week starts Saturday. You wind up working 6 in a row. Exactly, Sienna. Exactly. So it's like you've only got 1 day of your weekend. So all of a sudden, yeah, as you say, you're doing like six days. Or it feels like, you know, feels like you only have you do only short break from work, and then you're back in for another full week. So psychologically, that's difficult. And you also say, that sounds fabulous, Petal. Wishing you all the best on this new spectacular channel. Thank you, Sienna. That's lovely of you to say. You're a very kind person. And if you haven't already, may I humbly encourage you to subscribe to the channel so we can stay connected. Sterney says you're going to Ireland. Listen, Sterney, anything is possible. I want to travel. There's a part of me that wants to buy a van and just travel, like, around Europe. I don't know if I could travel in the van to, like, Asia and stuff, but certainly in Europe, I am to buy a van. Foxy says, phone in sick. Foxy, always the phone in sick. And Fox says you literally cannot work at a company and not have at least 1 sick day, either or fake. It's just criminal. Foxy, for Fox's sake. You also say 6 days are empowering. I need that on a t-shirt, Foxy. Like, 6 days are empowering. Maybe I should do like a protest, like go to a city, hold up a sign like sick days for everyone, something like that. and you say, just say you forgot Saturday morning and ignore your phone till Monday, life hack. You know what? If there was still people in, maybe I could get away with that. But there's like me and one other person. And actually, if I didn't turn up, then like the place couldn't open. Not as in like, oh, I'm so important, but like literally they're not allowed to run with one person. So I kind of have to turn up. And Sienna says, oh, I will do, absolutely. Especially if you travel, can live vicariously through you and your adventures. I don't even have a valid passport. Oh, Sienna. Well, honestly, like, my video, I haven't made any videos, which is terrible, for like a couple of weeks, like probably about a month now, which is awful. But when I do go away, like, one of the things I want to do is I do want to create some videos of my travels, just to, as you say, so people can, like, live vicariously. And I'll be doing sort of, like, pretty budget traveling as well. When I go to Vietnam in particular, it's one of the cheapest countries in Asia. So I want to show people like how cheap you can live, and I just want to buy like tofu from the market, like rice, like I'm gonna like Vietnam's so cheap. I'm gonna go to hostels for a bit to meet people, hopefully like make some connections. But when I go to like Da Nang, which is on the east coast of Vietnam, I want to get an Airbnb, because the Airbnbs, they're like 450 quid maybe for a month, which is honestly not bad. And I waited a couple of weeks to hand my notice in at work, specifically because I was thinking, well, if I do another week at work, this is like, you know, a few weeks or a month or whatever, like accommodation, Airbnb accommodation in Vietnam. So yeah, so I'm going to try and treat myself to like a month in an Airbnb. And like an Airbnb over here in England would be like, who knows, 60 to, well, at least £60 a night. You're probably talking like 100 quid a night probably for your average Airbnb. So like a week in B would be like 500, 600, 700 quid easy. And in Vietnam, a whole Airbnb for like 450 quid, no problem for the month. So yeah, so what I'm saying is when I go to Vietnam, I'm hoping to have my own place with like a little kitchen, so I can know like how cheaply I can live on like £2 worth of tofu and vegetables a day. So hopefully, Sienna, you might enjoy some of that sort of stuff. And you also say, oh, wait a minute. And you also say, it's also good for you to reflect on some, relive all your wonderful memories and moments. Exactly, you're absolutely right. Sienna, you're an absolute real one. Because you are right, honestly, that's part of the thing with videos. It's like, even if they don't go big, even if they don't get many views, I will still be able to look back at them and be like, oh, because I've not got a great memory, I've got a very good memory. So to actually look back at some of these videos and stuff will be like a really helpful way to relive and remember the experiences that I have. So yeah, you're spot on. Pickpockets all over. If you talk about London, then yeah, lots of pickpockets in London, unfortunately. Uzi says, hi bro, what a great day. Indeed, Uzi, indeed. And Sienna says, my memory is dire. I'm the exception to the rule that elephants never forget. Which, where are you from, Sienna, if you don't mind me asking? Are you from, like, Europe or America? Like, which part of the world do you call home? And Sterney is dropping some Irish in the chat, which I must say I cannot understand. And the funny thing about Irish is that, like, unlike, you know, other European languages like Spanish or French, or even German to an extent, where you can kind of detect some of like the word's meaning, with Irish, even though it's like right next door, you can't understand a word. Like unless you're Irish, there's no translating that. And Sienna is from the bonny land of Scotland. What a wonderful place, Sienna. Actually, I'm not just saying it because you're in that, but genuinely one of my favourite places in the world. Scotland's fabulous. And I've only been to like the cities really. I've only been to like Edinburgh, Glasgow, Perth, the smaller towns, but there's so much of Scotland I want to explore. And one day actually I see myself moving to Scotland because loads of beautiful countryside. Again, quite similar to England. You know, obviously Scottish people are different to English people, don't get me wrong. But they're our neighbours, you know, like very much our neighbours. And honestly, my country is just so overcrowded. Like the population of the UK is maybe like 65 million, and 60 million of them live in England. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Neil Garner says, will North Korea appeal to you? Not really, to be honest with you. But when I was in South Korea earlier this year, I actually saw North Korea, which was crazy. It was crazy. We went to like the DMZ. It's called the DMZ, the demilitarized zone, and we could literally see across, like in the distance, over the border, we could see buildings in North Korea, which was surreal, honestly, really surreal. And Sienna says, I've not really ventured much around down south. I was thinking, oh, does she mean the south of Scotland? She means, oh no, England is down south, which is funny because I'm in the north of England, so anyone like anywhere like Manchester or below is just like the south to me. But for Scottish people, like England is the south. And you say you guys won't even accept our notes. Our money isn't good for you. Sorry, Sienna. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. It's funny actually because I work where I work. We actually don't really take Scottish notes, even though they're legal tender. We have to like process them separately. But yeah, nothing but love for Scotland, honestly. Nothing but love. JT Sui says, why isn't it coming home? A great question, JT. I wish I knew the answer. I wish I knew the answer. Unfortunately, this year, football is not coming home. And it's terrible. Neil says, you know why it's crowded Britain, but you dare say anything because you'll get or got. I don't know what get or got means. And I think you meant to say, but you dare not say anything. And I know exactly what you're saying. And you're right. I do know why it's crowded. And you are right, unfortunately, you can't speak about it. But it's facts. It's literally facts. Hannah says, tell the truth. Do you turn your nose up and sanitize our notes? Not physically sanitize them, but I do think, oh, here we go again. Scottish notes again. Oh, go on, then I'll take your £20 Scottish note if I've got to. It's weird, right? Because like it is legal tender. It's worth the same amount, but I'm not gonna lie. Listen, Sienna, I'm not just saying it because you're here. I love it. I love Scotland. Great country. Like I've spent a lot of time in Edinburgh. Well, quite a lot of time in Edinburgh. Not like every week, but you know, I've been to Edinburgh many times. Genuinely would move to Scotland. Long term, that's kind of my plan. Even though I'm English, like England is like runs through my veins. Like I'm a super passionate Englishman. It's really important to me. Is like I feel a cultural, intrinsic connection. Like this is my homeland. You know what I mean? But because England is getting wrecked. My dream one day is to have like a little base in England and also have a place in Scotland. But actually in Scotland they're really tough on like second council tax. So if you have a second home in Scotland, you get charged like double council tax. Or at least you do if you're an English person. Anyway, I know people that have done that or had a property in Scotland and then they were getting charged double council tax, so they end up selling the place. But to be honest with you, I'm not against that in a way because like houses are homes, and I'm not against like people having rental properties or being landlords or anything like that. But at the same time, I do think it's fair that you should have to pay more if you've got a second home. Do you know what I'm saying? Neil says your star sign is Taurus. Am I right? Actually, Neil, you're not right. You are in fact wrong on that one. But fair play for guessing. Sienna says so mean. Sorry, Miss Sienna. It's all love. Ooh, one battery, bear with me. Alright, cool. Oh, nearly lost you there. I always do this. I let my phone run down to 1%. And how do I plug it in? Ah, Lord. Sturny is seeing her friends tomorrow. Nice, Sturny. Friday friend meetup. Sounds good. And speaking of, it's great to see everybody liking the stream, so big up to all of those 12 people who hit the like button. Much appreciated. I'm really warm. I really do need to invest in a fan. It's not even like crazy hot at the moment, but it's just, I don't know, maybe it's because I've not got the windows open. Neil says, tattoo in every place you have been. That'd be a few tattoos, Neil. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not like that well travelled compared to a lot of people, but still, like every place, like if we're talking every country, it'd be a few places like England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, France, Spain, Italy, Germany, Belgium. Where else have I been? Poland. Where else have I been? Morocco, Thailand, Cambodia, America, Costa Rica. I think that's pretty much all the places I've been to be fair. I Can't Floyd says, let me guess, Edinburgh uni student. Good guess, but no. Once consider applying to Edinburgh University, but no. I've never been a student in Edinburgh. Sienna says, gosh, not well travelled. I don't know what I am. Well, Sienna, like, don't get me wrong. A lot of these places, or some of these places I went to when I was younger, like, I'm trying to think. To be fair, I've been to quite a few as an adult as well. But I probably only mentioned about 20, 25 countries, and how many countries are in the world? Like 150 or something like that? Neil says Lancaster Uni. Nope, never been to Lancaster either. And you know what, Sienna? There's always time for you as well. I don't know how old you are, but I'm sure you got plenty of time to be travelling as well. And that's what I want to do, honestly. So when I go travelling this time round, I've already been to Thailand and Cambodia, but I'm going back there. And Vietnam will be a new one for me. And I don't know. I'll see where the wind takes me, because I might go rogue. And at some point I want to go to India. But the thing is with India, I feel like I need a little bit of a trip of it, like do a month there. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. The thing about travelling is it's very addictive in a way. It's really fun to go away and spend time doing that. And honestly, I wish I could get like a remote job. If I could get a remote job, I mean, everyone wants a remote job, so they're not easy to come by. But the dream is to have like a job where you can work remotely and travel, because that'd just be awesome. Sienna says, you say when you were younger as if you're in your 70s, looking back over a life well lived high. True. Yeah, I mean, like, some of them I went to when I was a kid, right? So when I went to loads of states in America with my parents on a road trip when I was young, to like Utah, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota. Did we go to California on that trip? Nevada. But I was like 5 years old, so does it really count? Not really. But I have been back to America as an adult, so that's cool. But yeah, no, there's plenty of time. Plenty of time, I hope. So I think at some point, you know, I mean, I'm a fairly young guy, so at some point I might have more commitments. I might not be able to just go and travel. So that's why I want to go and see more of the world now, in case I have, you know, family commitments. My parents are getting older. At some point, I won't want to be thousands of miles away. I'll be there for them close by in case they need support. So yeah, I want to do some traveling. I can. And Sienna's 33. Sienna, we're in good company. 33, gang. Good evening, Fatima. You've actually caught us for the last couple of minutes of the stream, because I've got a roll soon. Because I still need to eat some more food after my fairly long workout. It wasn't crazy long. It was like an hour and 10 minutes. But yeah, I still need to get more calories in me before I go to bed, because I want to make some gains. But always lovely to see you, Fatima. And likewise, Sienna. Hope we connect again. You're a lovely person. And we're actually the same age as well, so that's kind of a strange coincidence. Miss Fatima says, how are you, Edward? I'm all right, thank you, Fatima. I am pretty warm right now. Like Sturny says, it is boiling. I am boiling. I am perspiring. I might have maybe too much information, but I feel like my feet are sweating a little bit. Sienna is a very complimentary young lady and says, I would have guessed you, I would have said your early 20s. Well, thank you, Sienna. That makes me feel better. That makes me feel good because I need more sleep and my eye bags have been getting a little bit bigger. But no, same age as you. I do try and take care of myself, to be fair. I do try and lead a healthy lifestyle. So maybe it's paying off, hopefully. Roche says, can you sing It's Coming Home? It's not coming home, Rose. If it's coming home, I'd sing it, but unfortunately, it's not. Fatima says, cool shirt, Edward. Thank you, Miss Fatima. This is from Uniqlo in Manchester. I got a couple. I got the spider one from there. I got the pinky, the full anime one from there. And yeah, I've got this one from here as well. You say, can I see it? Yeah, sure thing. It's got a couple of flowers on. Maybe next time you got further than we did. Yeah, true, Sienna. True. Yeah, that's nice of you to say. You know what, Sienna? You are a genuinely really kind person. Fatima, did you have a good day, Edward? Not bad, Fatima. It was all right, thank you. It was okay. Average day at work. Good workout. Stream's been chill. Can't complain, honestly. Can't complain. So, yeah, not bad. Not bad. How about yourself, Fatima? How's your day been? See, this is our tripod. This stream has been. There's been a lovely vibe. Big up to yourself. And I'm now imagining. I'm now reading that in my head in like a gentle Scottish lilt. You say there's been some interesting folk on here. Tell me about it. We have all sorts of characters. We have genuinely a very wide range of people. We've got Sterney in the chat island. We've got Fatima in Pakistan right now. We've got people from different parts of England. Yourself in Scotland. We've got non-binary people. We've got gender non-conforming. That's also Sage. We've got a wide range of personalities and identities around here. Kaylin's from Leicester. Don't know where Rose is from, but Rose is here as well. So a very eclectic crew, shall we say, an eclectic crew. And unfortunately, crew, I'm sorry to love you and leave you, but that is exactly what I'm going to have to do. So Fatima, actually before I say that, let me read Sienna's comment. She says, have you seen live streams on the floor wearing what looks like some sort of IKEA lampshade on his head? I've never seen that. I've never seen that before. So after this stream, I'll have to go on TikTok and Google or whatever and see what it is. Streams on the floor with an IKEA lampshade. I said, no, that sounds very unique and quite eye-catching, and the sort of thing that would do well online, honestly. You say, I'm a transformer, haha. Does that mean trans? Is that trans? So yeah, I guess you're saying you're trans. I don't know. I don't want to call you trans and you just. Oh yeah, you are trans. Got you. Well, there you go. So yeah, we've got yourself who's trans. We've got Sterney, I believe, who is exploring non-binary identity at the moment. We've got Sage, who was here before, who is non-binary. We've got Eddie, who's bisexual. We've actually got a very queer-friendly stream around here. And sometimes people jump into the stream and like say, "Oh, are you friendly? Like, you LGBT friendly?" And I'm like, "Yeah, 100%, 100%." Sarah, we are joined in the stream. You say I'm back, but Sarah, we're gonna have to love you and leave you. So thank you for jumping into the stream. But we have got a roll, and we're gonna be back soon. So take care of yourself. So let me end the stream by doing some shout outs to everyone that's here. So a big shout out to Sarah, shout out to Sienna, shout out to Fatima, shout out to Sterney, who says goodbye, Edward. And Sterney says bisexual. Yes, Sterney, we've got you. Bisexual Sterney. Shout out to Rose. I think I said Fatima. I'm going to say Fatima again. So you, Miss Fatima. Who else have we got in here? I think that's it. But anyone who I haven't mentioned, big up to yourself as well. Thanks so much for joining. I will see you again soon on the next stream. And take care, everyone. And Zombie Queen, but thank you so much, Zombie Queen. I'm sending you huge hugs. So take care. Thank you for lovely energy. Zombie Queen, look after yourself. You say so very much loved and positive. So much love and positivity to all. I'm sending you huge hugs, Zombie Queen. And to everyone who's out there. Sterny thinks she's a femme girl. So that's cool, Sterny. And keep your thing and stay real to yourself. So everybody, I'm going to love you and leave you. Big hugs to you all. And I will see you on the next stream. Peace out for now.